is Damilola Orija.
Noah, Abisola,
Bumi Balogun.
Evident, you can call me T.
I am here with Meet the CEOs.
Nice to meet you. My name is Sawyer. Yo, you don't.
Where everyone was just cranky and angry and we're like, I don't want to do this anymore.
There are no main dropouts that actually made it. There are only few.
My name is Damilola Orija and I run a food brand called wájeun. Wájeun means come and eat in Yoruba, Nigeria. I studied nutrition and dietetics for my undergraduate, and during my internship, I would see people that would come and struggle. Oh, they'll give them a meal plan, but they can't follow it because it's not easy to follow a meal plan. If someone says eat rice in the morning, turkey in the afternoon, it's not very easy. And also, my parents also struggled with health-related issues that required their diets to be changed, and they would not follow the meal plan because it's not easy. So I had to learn how to tweak their food to suit their health. So my first client was my dad, although he didn't pay me, but you know. Yeah, so my first client was my dad, and I started to see that this is something that people were struggling with. So I decided to start doing it. So I started it just for fun, really. Say, oh, let's talk about health and diets from a Nigerian food perspective. I started during COVID because I think I was working in a restaurant, and it's a long story, but I was working in the restaurant. I decided to just stop because I didn't know I needed to just do things for myself, and I started doing it. Then it has evolved over time. At first, the name was The Diet Chef. Then we had clients. Then we started working on an app. Then we paused on that. So we've gone through a lot of things, and I saw it happening with clients in the hospital and with my parents, and I just decided to take it on and figure things out for people. Yeah, that's how it started. Honestly, I don't know. It's not easy because we have to figure out, oh, this is how we currently cook our food. How do we then make it healthier? What do we change? If you change it, it doesn't taste the same. If you leave it the same, it's not as healthy. So it's a very tough balance. I think I'm getting to a place where I'm just believing in portion control and saying we might not be able to change it, especially if you like it to taste a certain way. We might not be able to change it, but we can tell you how to eat it better. We might not, or if you still want it to, you have to pick one. Something has to give. It's either you manage the quantity or you choose the one that doesn't have a lot of oil. Because some people want the oil to be floating, which is weird, but to each his own. So I think it's not easy. It's just depending on the person's needs and what they are willing to let go of. That's the best that we can do. The first recipe, honestly, I don't remember. Like I said, I know that I was doing a lot of tweaking and playing with food for my dad and for my mom, but I don't remember the exact first one I made. I don't remember. I think it was lettuce roll, which honestly, it was not nice, but yeah. The Nigerian food is not healthy. Inherently, our food is actually good. It's nutritious. It's very farm to table. All the things that we see now in the Western world, organic, farm to table, all these things, those are things that we already do in Nigeria. But so I don't think Nigerian food is unhealthy inherently. I just think that we can be better in our choices and the way we cook. So like a lot of oil. We use a lot of oil. We do use a lot of oil. That one is tough because it depends on what affordable means to the person and depends on what their reality is. But what I would just say is eat what is local to you. So if you live in Nigeria, what is local to you? What's the most affordable vegetable you can find? What's the most affordable fish, in quotes, or things like that you can find? So if you live in Nigeria, your food inspiration should not be salmon and broccoli. If you can afford it, that's cool. However, I just think that if you maybe choose shawa and ugu, it's local to you, it makes sense. And if you also live abroad, sorry to Nigerians, so I think that it is also advisable that you buy the most affordable, like local, broccoli and all those things, are the vegetables that are local to us. You don't have to now go and import the ones from Nigeria. So eat what is local to you and eat what is available to you wherever you are. I think that's one of the easiest ways to make healthy eating affordable. I think it's lifestyle and culture. So it is, oh, this is how I grew up, this is what my parents said, this is what I'm used to, and whether I like it or not, it's not easy. Because even me as a Nigerian, I really like rice, I really like Nigerian food, so it takes time to be willing to change this thing. So that's the thing, the willingness to want to change, the willingness to see the benefits of that change. That has been the biggest challenge. But one thing I've noticed is when people are in a space where they know it's either this or the possibility of a complication that could lead to death, they are very willing to change. I hope that we don't all have to wait till then, but I've noticed that when that happens, people are very willing to change. I once had a client who eventually died, but it was really painful, which was very close. The nutrition intervention was a bit late, you know, yeah, stuff like that. But it's one of those sad things. The creative process it's a lot of work. Now I'm thinking about it, I'll first have to sit down and think about what the food looks like on its own. Like, well, if I want to make, maybe I'm looking for the simplest thing, jollof rice. Well, how do you make it? You fry it, you this. What can be tweaked in such a way that the flavors still remain? So if you use less oil, will it still remain the same? You know, so you have to now take it step by step. So oil goes first. So now I have to maybe reduce the quantity of oil. That's one tweak. Peppers go next. Oh, that's fine. Then if it's someone who is we are trying to do maybe low sodium, no seasoning cubes, you now have to think in this space or in this step, what can I put to replace the seasoning cubes? How can I build flavor? So you have to take it step by step on the recipe and then start making the tweaks from there. So you don't just come and say, jollof rice, we'll just remove the oil. So what if the pepper doesn't fry, you know? So you have to take it step by step and do a lot of trial and error, which is what we do a lot in our content now. We now document the trial and the trials and the errors and see, oh well, this didn't work out, and that's it. So that's the process. By using whatever food that they currently eat. That's the best way to do it, to make sure that whatever we are tweaking or whatever we are talking about is related to what they know. So I've noticed that when you are doing healthy content or stuff, and you're talking about granola or yogurt, all those things are nice and they can be aspirational. But if you want to reach the core Nigerian or reach people's emotions, you have to talk about jollof rice, talk about the things that they would eat in their house, talk about how to make that better, how to make that healthier, then you reach them. So I think, yeah, that should cover. A very big role, that also explains the change of name from the Diet Chef to wájeun. I believe that food is beyond, food is health, or food and health have a relationship, but beyond health, food is culture, food is community, food is joy, food is celebration. So that knowledge helps us so if someone comes to me and it is their birthday, I would not, if I have a client and I know that your birthday is coming up, I won't tell you not to eat cake. We can now have a conversation on, oh, can you reduce, for example, maybe if you would eat a whole slice, what can you do instead? Maybe you can buy egg free, all those kind of things, but I won't tell you to go and get a watermelon cake or something like that, because whether we like it or not, food is beyond your health. So culture plays a very huge role. So when you have that knowledge, you know, this person grew up this way, these certain foods mean this thing to this person. So acknowledging that helps you to then make those tweaks and those changes to accommodate it. Yeah, so it's a very, very big role for us. I would say having SOPs, like standards of operating, so it is clear that regardless of what is changing, whether you're having a new employee or not, the standards are the same, and that then falls on me to ensure that the structures remain. So having clear structures and standards help you to scale and maintain the same quality. It's not easy, but I think also learning about spices and seasonings has helped. So knowing that, I actually read a lot. I took some courses and read a lot of books. So now I know that natural spices and herbs and iru, all those kinds of things also help to build flavor. So when you learn how to build flavor from the ground up, it helps to learn to reduce the use of all the other extra things. So I think it's a lot of learning, trying, and learning how to build flavor. I'd say start where you are, and I know that sounds like an annoying thing to say because you probably, feel like, oh, start where you are, but start where you are, start small and build roots, because it's easy to go viral or, and just scale, but if you don't have the roots, you would die off. And I don't mean that in a bad way, it's from personal experience. So build roots in the sense of having a structure for yourself, having discipline, knowing what you want, all those things. So by the time you start to grow, there is something that is grounding you. If you are not grounded, when you grow, it's like it enters your head or you're unable to balance it, and so just be grounded and build roots before you start blowing up. So far, I would say I think it's still very new. I think Nigerian food is now just getting the recognition and exploration and all those things. So when it comes to global wellness, I would say over time, maybe we are getting to a place, we are getting to a place where we are able to help Nigerians to see that our food is good, that our food is healthy, that there's wellness in our food, that wellness doesn't have to be green smoothies and all those things you see on TikTok. I think that is even where we need to start from first. That's where I see us going, that people can now see and appreciate our cultural food and health together before we now get into the global wellness space. But I think first of all, we are now getting to a place where people see it and they don't just run away from Nigerian food. The Nigerian food is healthy. That you can eat what you know, what you love, what you grew up eating, and still be fine and still be healthy. That has been our tagline for years. I think the major misconception is it has to look a certain way. It doesn't have to look like whatever it is you're seeing on TikTok or Instagram. So you can figure it out for yourself. It might take time and a lot of trial and error, but it doesn't have to look like a certain way for it to be healthy. It doesn't have to be in a bowl and all those fancy things for it to be healthy. I think it's the same thing that made me start. The fact that I saw it with clients in the hospital, the fact that I have family members who still struggle with this thing. So I know that it is still a thing, and I still have people who are very close to me and are in my family and my friends and still drink slimming tea. So it's like, after everything I've tried in my life, you're still drinking it. So I know we've not gotten anywhere with education. So I think that's just it. Knowing that it's going to take a while for that mindset renewal and change. My brain is very soft and kind and warm. So pepper soup is warm, Abi. Yes. But I would say pepper soup because I think that's because I like it. But I would say pepper soup. That's something that makes you feel like feels like home. Yeah.
Akara, moi.
Akara.
Palm oil or vegetable?
That's tough. Depending on what I'm cooking. So both, I'm in between.
Okay. Jollof rice or fried rice?
Fried rice.
So, what's one ingredient you think is underrated in Nigerian cooking?
Iru.
Ooh.
Iru.
Egg and plantain or gis dodo?
Gis dodo.
What's your thoughts on eating eggs?
Ha, you want bodybuilders to beat me. I think that there's this protein craze now, but if you're going to have a lot of protein, make sure that it is related to your needs per time. So there's a way they measure it, a certain, there's a calculation that I can't remember in my head now of the protein you need per body weight. So if you're eating excess protein and you're not working out or you're not breaking it down, it could affect your kidneys. So just be careful. All this protein craze, yeah,
All right.
just be careful.
Smoothie or supplements?
Smoothie. It's advisable to eat the actual fruits. Either eat it or make into a smoothie or a salad or something than supplements. You can take supplements if they are prescribed, but don't just go to Boots and buy. It's not advisable. You need to do a blood work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.